in Africa. So anyways, this is really pretty neat. It really is. I'm going to get this out of the way, and take a look at this image there. See right over here, you see a skull sticking out. Well, they're everywhere. I mean, this is where they live. I mean, let me tell you, you're saying I'm crazy. Wait till you see what's going on. It's really, really a trip. Okay, let's go back to the image here. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these two, and I'll show you one other thing down at the bottom here that made me really want to see what was going on with this image. Come in right here. Okay, this right here, the Statue of Liberty stands on a star pedestal, then has another little pedestal, then of course we've got the the Queen Liberty. Well, this is pretty much the same thing. This is the pedestal, and there's a man standing here. You can see his arm, and there's a lady standing next to him. This is a man alien and a lady alien. But look what we have here. Okay, there's the eyes, the long neck, the buttocks, and the knees. Well, he's sitting on the pedestal. He has something in his lap. I mean, it looks like an alien to me. I thought about this. I go, oh my God. Okay, I'm on the moon, sitting in the park. I'm looking at an alien pedestal, and what's this alien doing? He's got a bong in his mouth. And what's the matter with me? But this is actually, he has some kind of air respirator. I'm going to show you this to you later. Is really, really pretty neat. Okay, one last thing. I am going to make this image really bright so we can see what's going out there in space, which is really not space. Go here and come on, baby. Oh, wrong direction. Okay, and go on out. This is not space. I mean, look at this. All these little scratch mark things. I thought they were scratch marks, from an old photo or something like that. I was wrong. I was totally wrong. Okay, what I want to show you real quick is this long line that comes, you can see it curved down, comes all the way down, and it comes up to here. Well, this must be a canyon. If it's some kind of a tube or something, well, it is a tube as a matter of fact. Look how it comes across. It comes across again, and then it comes over and down. That's going to really trip you out when I show you what's going on, man. I got some really good close photos of that, and it's just yeah, here we go. Okay, what we're seeing here again is, of course, the original image of the moon. I wanted to show you the cover-ups that I came across real quick. I'll be brief about this real quick. As I was going through my different colors and stuff, I came up with this. And now that would just really amaze me. This lighter part is like a double inversion. You'll notice I don't play with this big crater a whole lot. It's pretty much a pain in the butt. But that means I was getting real close, And along with that, I came across this here. You can tell how it's been blackened out all the way around the edges there. And that happens to be this little black spot right here. And just one more, this one here, where you can tell it's all been cut out, and that is this area right here. That's this here blackened area. Okay, well, enough of that one there. Then as I was coming across the full moon right here, I was looking at this, and I noticed, this is the back side of the moon, by the way. I noticed, you see these little lines right in this area? Well, check this out. Now, tell me, there's only one reason for this to happen: for them to shade a lighter shade, a darker shade, and a darker shade. They took the lighter shade out first, and the second shade, then the third shade to darken things up. There's only one reason to do that: is to keep us from seeing what is sticking out of the moon. This is more proof that it's just nothing but a porcupine. Alright, well, I know you're kind of curious about the lines that are on this photo. You might still think they're scratches, but I'm going to go ahead and get in depth with it real quick about what this really is. You can tell, by looking at this image here, that the one from the right stops to the one on the left. And it's, just like an intersection would. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in real close to these and show you what it really looks like. First I thought it was artifacts, but if you take a good look, you can see how it twists and braids throughout it, you know, and it does it all the way up, you know. Then it comes into this area here. Zoom out a little bit, and both these got two triangles on top of them. You know, you notice his triangle here and that triangle there. I don't understand what it is. My son thinks it's a couple of triangular UFOs. I don't know, but then we'll come on up here again, and you can see how it twists and braids and continues up. And here's a really good example right here, how it twists and braids all the way up. You know, so the only thing I can think of is a tube, you know, and then it comes I call this the cul-de-sac, you know, and it ends right here. This one here ends right here. This is down in the very bottom right hand of the photo. And this, you know, some of these anomalies come in colored, like this one right up here. It kind of looks like an alien, and I'm not sure, you know, but that's as far as I can get into it to find out what it was. I'm gonna go ahead and show you this one here. This is kind of an avatar. It, you know, it finds the edges of everything. You know, when you do an avatar of your photo to make a cartoon, it's kind of what it does. It just finds the outlines. Okay, so this is what this here is, the outlines of everything that's on it. This is in the middle of the image, and you notice if you follow along here, this being the freeway, you know, well, look at this. It looks like an off-ramp, you know. You know, and they get the freeways going up where they connect right here. You can tell it stops, you know. And they're just everywhere in the photos. But the thing is, you do not see them when it's light. You only see them in the dark areas. Are they made of crystal? You know, I really don't understand. Yeah, it's quite a mess out there, isn't it? Look at this. Okay, I am going to go ahead and start from what I told you before about coming down, where it curves down, comes across the canyon, and comes on down. Now, you know, and then it kind of disappears on the white spots unless it goes under the ground. I'm not certain at this point, because you don't see. You can see that they're everywhere, only in the dark areas. And then it continues on, and comes on down here, you know, to where you can tell where it stops, and it comes over, you know, and then also comes over this direction, you know. But you can see right here, it stops, and we'll come over this direction, where you can tell, you know, this one comes across here, and this tube connection that comes down, right down onto this statue. You can tell where it stops. You know, it's obviously they're not scratch marks or anything like that. They're not artifacts, and whatever NASA wants to tell us, you know, which is total bull. And see this area right here, I really was intrigued by. Back that one right here. You can tell that's an alien gray skull. You know, I've done so much. You know, these images to me are really easy to see. Probably not for you. And you can tell this other eye is gone because there's a tube coming out of it, and the tube comes up and over and back over to this freeway right here. You know, a freeway. I guess I'll call it that. Yeah, and let me scroll on over here. As you can see, you know, another highway is coming up over this direction. Well, here we go right here. We got another like off-ramp type thing, you know, where it stops and then kind of curves, you know, with a little off-ramp right there, you know. And then it seems to me that this one here goes all the way back up, all the way up, and it connects to another freeway, and it just keeps going up, 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 and now we got a mess, but it continues all the way up again, you know, like this one here. So, you know, those must be the long freeways. You know, I wish I knew the scale of this so I could just map it and say, okay, this is how many miles. I'm not certain at this point, you know, but I wanted to get that out of the way. You know, I mean, what do you think? You know, that's my assumption of what it is. Apparently maybe they can breathe in these tubes, you know. This makes it that you know, if the aliens could just appear somewhere and, you know, disappear and appear, they wouldn't have to have these tubes and connections and stuff like that. You know, they have, you know, they're like us. You know, they got a vehicle. I don't know what they do in these tubes. I don't know how they travel in them, or what goes on. You know, but it's just really a trip. You know, this right here, this alien, I call it alien gray or reptilian. You can tell that, and there's two tubes that run that direction, and it runs on out. You know, so anyways, I wanted to get that out of the way real quick, and then I'm going ahead and start showing you some images. Okay, let's imagine for a minute that you're an alien and you want to build a home in the T-Rex subdivision, you know, but it's got to meet certain codes. So you go on down to the building code office and and you ask them, okay, what do I need to do? And they said, well, you know, if you're going to build here, it's going to have to look like a different image in every certain direction. Every north, east, south, and west has got to look different. You know, even a dog in the backyard has to match. You know, even the tube coming out of it has to look like an image. You know, it'd be pretty difficult to build. What I'm trying to get at is everything's a picture within a picture within a picture within a picture. It's just amazing. I'm going to go ahead and scroll in here to this T-Rex dinosaur, whatever it is, and you know, you see the eye here and nose, mouth. Well, there's a lion, okay, and then right above it, there's this creepy little thing, you know, that's sticking out, you know, and so, you know, as it goes around, you know, if you turn in each direction, it's got to look like a different image, you know, and that's what's really weird. It must take them years to plan this, you know, maybe it doesn't, you know. I'm not sure how they do it either, you know, so really weird. Okay. Here's an image that you briefly seen in the beginning, but you've probably seen this area right here. Well, here's the one with it over his face, his hands over his face, but this one right here, you know, by taking a look at it, this is eyes, nose, and it's got his mouth open, teeth, and you can tell it's a gorilla. And maybe this right here might be his baby. I got it in a little bit clear, but it's really hard to work with this particular area. Down below, he's got his hand on another creature that's sitting down, obviously, but it's not a gorilla, so I don't know what's going on there. Let me go ahead and try to get the gorilla in a little bit better. You can see some other images that really didn't come in clear. But let's go to the gorilla. Okay, it's not clear here, but I just wanted to show you before and after of kind of what's there. Now you can see his teeth, and he's got his arm wrapped around this lion-like creature, and a few others, you know. So you know what? There's a little bit of love up there, you know, a little cuddling. You know, it's really strange. I cannot understand the moon at all. I really can't. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and roll on. You see that one? I'm going to go ahead and go to the husband. I call this the husband and wife JPEG. The reason why is, you know, on every picture that I bring in, and I know if there's you can tell there's a male, a female, and a boy. Well, male being right here, and the female is always on the right hand side, and the child is always in the middle. You know, right here we got the eye, nose, mouth. This would be the male. Eye, nose, mouth. This being the female. And the female, if there's a female child, it seems to me that 9 times out of 10, the eye is connected. You know, that they're sharing the same eye. So this here's obviously a girl child. This is really, really close. This is almost street view. You know, one of the closest ones I got. That's why it's not so clear too, but it's pretty freaky. So, you know, on the right hand side of God, right hand side, you know, it's kind of strange how that works. Okay, let's move on to, I want to show you a couple of eyes real quick. You know, how intricate they are. You know, it's really amazing. You know, I got these in this good, you know. That's probably a cat eye. But this here eye is speaking with picture within a picture. Maybe a lady's eye, but when you scroll into it, look at what we got here. We got the eye, nose, mouth, and some horns within a circle. You know, so there's another picture within a picture. Okay, I'm going to move on to some cats, and we'll start out with, well, this here picture is probably not a cat. I had to do nothing with this picture. It came in just like it is. You know, usually I have to try to enhance them to bring them in. This being the eye, the nose, mouth, and the ears, and you can tell it's on a tower that comes down. Okay, and we'll bring in Alien 53. You know, this in here really blows my mind, you know. I mean, it's real clear. I don't know if it's a cat. It looks like a cat, maybe, but the mouth isn't a cat. And look at these. Looks like a reptilian alligator scale. I'm not sure. That's really a trip, huh? The way that one came in. We'll go to number 23 here. Here's another cat, mountain lion, maybe a cougar. I'm not sure. These being the eyes and come in too clear. I try not to mess with them. You know, if the eyes are bad, they're bad. You know. And let's go to. Oh Lord, where was I here? Okay, here's another one with a baby cat next to it, again on the right hand side. You know, so there's a female here somewhere, but you know, I got so many images I just kind of moved on. And his paw is out, and I think he's grabbing a fish at this point. I think that's what it was. Um, and then cat 2. This here is really neat. This is huge. This one here is really, really huge, about as big as the alligator is. 3 miles long, I'm not sure, but this came in really nice, and really neat, really neat. Okay, let's see. Okay, remember those 2 images I showed you that were NASA ups that were blacked out? This here is the small one, and I got it clean. To me, it looks like it's a human. With the eyes, where the eyes are shaped, just being the mouth, it's really hard to see. Then of course it has the tube lines that are running, to and fro in front of it. But I just wanted to show you that real quick. I did finally get that one in, but not very clear. Is it human? You decide. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to this. It's probably some kind of prehistoric bird. That's what I'm thinking. It came in really clear. The eyes right here and everything else in it. The only thing I could get in, I couldn't see any wings or anything, but I could see the front feet, and they were spread out, and they had like 4 or 5 fingers, but it was like web-like. And then, of course, this one up here is another tower with horns on it right above it. And there's just miscellaneous images in here, like this one here and one right below. Kind of odd ones. But this here, I'm just going to call it pterodactyl. I know it's probably not, but I'm going to go ahead and work with it and go to this here, which is the grid. This is the same bird or serpent. Now take a look, check this out. Out of his mouth comes a tongue, all the way down, and it's a triple forked tongue. I think our snakes are double, and the reason why I know that's true because I have other images that have the same thing. And just possibly it's a bridge because we got more of those tower face things. I guess you can walk on through here or walk on up to the state pterodactyl capital. But these are just miscellaneous images up here. Really kind of hard to see. And at first I wanted to try to bring all the images in like this, but it was just very unclear. As a matter of fact, this one right here is the cat with his paw reached out. I said, getting a fish. Well, here's the fish right here. But it's not very clear. I haven't cleared another one. And over here, another tower. It looks like an alien lady. I'm not sure. Well, I guess they're all aliens. Okay, let me get out of this one here, and I'm going to move on to a couple miscellaneous ones. This is kind of a weird picture. I thought I'd bring it in. Can't really see the eye because there's tubes in the way, and it's got kind of like a rounded mouth, but almost like a vampire teeth on it. And this one here is another weird image, pretty ugly if you ask me. Looks like it's smiling though. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move on to fish. Okay, I had to do a edge find, a avatar to find, this is the crater as a matter of fact, and I don't mess with the crater a whole lot, but I did manage to find fish in here, so that's how I started in finding all the images I have. This next one's going to be unbelievable for you guys. It just blew me away, the stuff I found. One thing I found. Anyways, let me scroll on in here. Well, we got a dead bird right here, the wings, and probably a shark, a prehistoric shark, I'm thinking right there. I got another shark, I'm going to show you here in a little bit, it's really clear, and another fish. And what's really a trip is this right here. It's a worm. It's like, okay, there's just a hand feeding this dead fish a worm. That's pretty comical of the aliens. We got a crater, let's make it a dry lake and put dead fish in it. But this here, it just blows me away. It's gonna blow you away too. You think I'm crazy? Yeah. Okay. How about a merman and a mermaid? Huh? It just blows me away. You gotta do the before and after. Let's show you what's going on. Bringing it in and out, and I guess it's got a lion or a lamb. I think it's a lion, and he's trying to grab the lamb. Maybe they're trying to save it from the fish or whatever else is out there, because there's a lot I can't get in. But then I noticed as I got this one here in, if you look at the back fin, there's another fin right here that's huge. So I'm thinking that, let me scroll in a little bit here. I can see 2 black eyes and like a mouth right here, and it looks like a crown. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe mom is on top of them, and this here is her fin, and this might be the large fin. That means in here somewhere is the baby. It's kind of goes hand in hand with all these images. But now, isn't that a trip? I know there's legends out, but every country has a legend of a mermaid, and a merman. So maybe, maybe they're real. I mean, this just blows me away. It really does. Anyways, let's go on to the next. Okay, here's a group of images. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off and turn it back on so you can see the color and without the color. To see that you can see them actually without the color. That's how I got them in. Pay attention to this green one right here, because that's going to be at the end of the video, and that's on the back of the moon. I'm kind of running short on time here. This video's been too long. I'm glad you guys stuck with me, so I'm going to go ahead and try to be quick about this, and if you guys like it, maybe I can do another one, but let me just go ahead and get right with it here. Okay, this here is kind of a tan color, and I wanted to show you was, okay, well, there's the pterodactyl one, there's a face, here's the snake one right here. Again, let me get this out of the way. There's the triple tongue coming out, and it's kind of a lousy job I did, but this is the eye, the top of the head, and the mouth is open, and the tongue is coming out. This is where the alligator came from, as a matter of fact, and this is the other tower that was behind the alligator. You can see part of it, just part of it there. Okay, and I'm going to scroll on out. There's quite a few images here too. Now this, there's dead people laying everywhere, man. I don't have to explain that in a minute, but it's just really terrible. There's just a lot of faces laying down on the ground. Here's an alien gray, and then there's another face here. I mean, check out these eyes. It's just amazing, the eyes itself. But this one here caught my eye right here. I was looking at the mountain right here. I go, wow, that looks like fingers. And I went on up there and looked. I said, oh my God! So I had to color it in. It's got the eye, the nose, the mouth, and it's just laying there, waiting to be built on, I guess. And over here we have a lady alien. Of course, this is supposed to be space, of course, and that was that one that's sticking up in the very beginning I showed you. Now, there's so many images that I'm going to miss not showing you, and it's going to be kind of a drag, but if you like it, we'll do another one. Okay, let me move on to the next. Okay, this has got like 200 images on it, but we're just going to show. I'm going to show you just the ones that stand out. Okay, here's another tower, kind of an odd one. And well, here's the human, which I think is human right there. Okay, and now let's go on over to these three images, and they're kind of bundled up together. And kind of weird, aren't they? I'll be showing you this alien here in a second too. That'll be next. And okay, of course, there's the gorilla. Let's move on up to, I think I showed you this king earlier, where he's standing there. He's got his he's sitting there. He's got his arms crossed. He's kind of looking over the canyon. Thinking it's king anyway. I have no idea. Okay, let's move on over to this one. And that's another devil-looking thing. This here creature eats. He's just always eating the dead things that are laying around. I mean, let me tell you, pretty gruesome. It is pretty gruesome. No wonder why they don't want to show it to us. Okay, moving on up this area here is another group right here, and let's get onto the main one over here. Well, let's see. Yeah, I forget that one. Go on to here, and okay, I'm going to scroll out right here, and I'm going to show you this one here. Move this in here, thing out of the way again. Okay, there's a lot of images within the big image I'm going to show you in a second, like this one, and they got a fish or a snake. It looks like a fish because it stops right there, eating another fish, and looks like that the other fish is eating a duck. It looks like a duck anyway. Yeah, pretty odd, huh? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and scroll out and show you the big image here that blew me away. I didn't see it until I was, coloring in, until I stopped right here. I'm not coloring in, shading in, trying to get the color to come out. And look at that, a prehistoric fish. Isn't that neat? you know, I couldn't believe it. I go, whoa, because I tried to figure out where that eye came from, you know, and it's got, you know, look at the sharp teeth, you know, and, you know, I looked up and researched prehistoric fish, and, well, that's pretty much what it looks like, you know, and maybe this tower right here is going to be the top fin, I'm not sure, but that's really a trip. It's huge, you know, no telling how long that is, you know, you know, 50, 60 miles, I have no idea, but that's really neat, isn't it? Fantastic. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this is the first image I worked with. This was the bottom right hand corner of the main image. This is the alien I spoke to you, this being his eyes. He's sitting down on the pedestal, which is right here in the background, and this being the man alien, the lady alien, and right here there's a baby. I know this because I've, you know, been into the thing so much to try to clear it up. It's just been, it's hard. It's very hard. And then, you know, there's 3 little boy aliens and maybe a girl alien in the back right there that are like peering into the camera. It's odd that it happened that way, you know. And then there's a lady alien in the middle, and yes, they have breast. You know, the reason why I know this is because the Find Edge tool and the, you know, the avatar, as I've released this right here, you can see right there, that's the edges, you know. That's the edges, and you can see this little thing he's holding here, which is probably an air respirator. I'm going to go ahead and zoom on in here, and you can see how this works. It's, you know, there's the edges right there. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and zoom on out, and right in this area right here, I got all the way down to street view, and it's really a trip. So let me go ahead and do that real quick, which is right here. Now this is all the way down, and you can see that here. Let me go ahead and put the color there on right there. Okay, look at this, you know. So this is probably some kind of a creature up here in his eyes, you know, and all these windows, and then it's got this little tower. This might be the alien courthouse or something, and it's got a little overhang right there, and then all these lights and windows all the way around, you know. And then of course here we go with a picture within a picture again, because these images are on there, and this one here also. Let me go ahead and get rid of the color so you can see it's there, and then come back, and that's probably a snake. But now we're seeing the Find Edge tool, but we're seeing all the way in, so this is interest going in, you know. And then on the top, you know, it's got some kind of a beacon, and then a couple aliens on the top. I mean, that's all the way down to street view, you know. It's really a trip that I got that far using that Edge tool, you know, and working it. So that was really a trip. I mean, this photo right here, I just wish I could get in clearer, but you know, it is what it is right now, and the